I love that we're in rumors and BS and cloak and dagger behind closed doors a season, and new Vikings GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah is apparently getting the ball rolling with Kirk Ezekiel Cousins' agent Mike McCartney, not to be confused with Mike McCarthy, who looks like a grown-up version of the kid from Up. But Chad Graff reported this from the Combine when Kwesi met with the local beat writers. Vikings GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah said he had dinner with Kirk Cousins' agent Mike McCartney. Adofo-Mensah, quote, "We just talked generally about our vision for the team and what we want to accomplish. Look, those conversations are ongoing, and I can't tell you anything at this moment," end quote. So the whole ongoing thing. They're kicking the ball off, getting the game started. So this is what happens. Well, Kwesi's like, hey, we want to win a Super Bowl. We'd like to lower your client's cap number. How much would it cost for an extension? And then McCartney's like $60 million per year. And then they somehow, some way, they meet in the middle, man. And McCartney gets some flack from Vikings fans, but he is a financial gangster, and he is doing his damn job, doing the best that he can for his client. And I respect it. In an odd way, I respect the way that he finessed 2 franchise tags out of Washington and 5 years, $150 million aggregate from the Vikings, which is just crazy, man. It's just crazy, man. Also, McCartney represents Tampa Bay Buccaneers free agent center Ryan Jensen. So, even though Jensen was the highest paid center in NFL history when he signed his 4-year deal with the Bucs, and now I don't know, he's gonna try and do it again, even 4 years later. I don't know. But dinner-wise, I want to know where they went. Like, did they have to go to Pizza Ranch contractually because of Kirk Cousins? Or did they go to Manny's, the old tried and true? Or did they go to the restaurant at the team hotel? Or did they go to McDonald's like the Kingsman? I'll have the Big Mac, please. Sure. But agents, like I mentioned, they work at the pleasure of the client. Like, if Kirk really wanted to do the team a solid, be like, okay, my $35 million base salary, let's take it down to 25, spend that $10 million on free agents, bring my guy Brandon Scherf, or hell, bring McCartney's guy Ryan Jensen. Yes, McCartney would be bound to do that. But since Kirk is probably still like full throttle on the gas, get all the money, that's what McCartney's doing. I respect it. So things discussed during the dinner. Super Bowl, obviously. So Kevin O'Connell worked with Kirk Cousins in Washington before. McCartney obviously has some history with Washington, so I think that he has a decent understanding of what Kevin O'Connell is all about. And also, I hope Kwesi just put down we are not the previous regime. Yes, ownership is still in place, but you tiptoe through the tulips with Rick Spielman just getting 3 years, $84 million fully guaranteed, a historical contract, and then a 2-year, $66 million extension for really no good reason. But hey, the buck stops here. This is a new sheriff in town. My name is Kwesi, man. I ain't pretty Ricky Spielman. So this is not just going to be an ATM. It'll make sense if Kirk Cousins is going to be our guy, but we're not going to go $35-40 million a year. Ain't going to happen, man. Ain't going to happen. Pay cut's not happening. Let's be honest here. There's nothing that Kirk Cousins has ever done in his career besides turning down $6 extra million from the Jets. But of course, playing in New Jersey with taxes and the cost of living, that would have been a wash anyway. So that's whatever. But I don't think that he's going to give a nickel back to the team. It's okay, right? Nickelback. Never made it as a wise man. And also, so restructure wise, like you can't do a formal restructure with Kirk Cousins because he has 1 year left on his deal. But adding void years and spreading out the cap hit, like we talked about ad nauseum, and taking that $35 million base salary and spreading it out, they don't have to consult with players on that. Most of the contracts have that provision. It's like, hey, if we need to move some money around just to help out our books, it's going to be good to go. And the players still get the exact same amount of money. And I think that is probably going to be the most likely option for Kirk Cousins right now, because I just don't see an extension happening where, hey, Kwesi and Kevin O'Connell may really like Kirk Cousins, but are you really going to hitch your wagon to a soon-to-be 34-year-old quarterback with a big-time cap number, and you're going to extend that 2, 3, 4 years? I don't know, man. I don't know. But also, I'm sure that the topic of a trade has come up as well, because, Kwesi's talked about all options are on the table. And if you're the agent, you have to explore all possibilities as well, because, hey, if I can't get the money from Minnesota, maybe I'll get it from Denver and my guy George Payton, who obviously was a part of the Vikings when they gave Kirk the 84, when they gave Kirk the 66. So maybe the honey hole is out in Denver, Sunshine State. gorgeous. Or maybe Cleveland, Andrew Berry, Kwesi and Andrew Berry obviously have a very open line of communication, and the Browns do have some cap space, especially after they get rid of Baker. So maybe that is the topic of conversations. Like, hey, and also agents play a weird role in trades because it's not just GM for GM like fantasy football. Sometimes the agents are able to drum up a market for their client. Whereas, hey, agent who talks to this team, and also they may have some other players on the other team, and then it just drifts into that new business. It's like, hey, player XYZ is ready for a trade, and if you come in with ABC, we could potentially get this thing done. So, I mean, that's one of the great skills of an agent. That's looking at Drew Rosenhaus, not only getting money out of teams, but also getting their clients traded if they want to be traded. It's really beautiful. So, I mean, this thing could potentially start busting wide open. I don't think that this is going to be solved quietly, because I think that the most likely scenario is void years, spreading out the cap hit, riding out for one season, and seeing what happens. I don't see a big-time extension getting done quickly. I don't see a trade getting done particularly. No, I don't see a trade getting done before the draft. Let's just say that. Even though that would make the most sense. Like, if we're going to trade Kirk Cousins, get the value of the picks now. But I don't know, maybe right before the draft, but I don't see a Matthew Stafford type trade getting done. Well, hell, that trade was done in February, or an Alex Smith type trade from the Chiefs to Washington getting done at this point. So I think that we're going to have to ride things out through free agency as teams start moving around. Also, well, there isn't any big name quarterback free agents in particular. It's all about trades, whether it's Rodgers, whether it's Derek Carr, whether it's Russell Wilson, whether it's Kirk Cousins. So it's a very interesting time. It's one of the most it is the most fascinating Vikings offseason because of the regime change, new GM, new head coach, new philosophy, new culture, new day, new dawn, and whatever the hell is going to happen with Kirk Cousins and Daniil Hunter, by the way. So we'll see. But your thoughts on our thoughts. Kwesi broke bread with Kirk Cousins' agent, getting the ball rolling on whatever the hell is going to happen. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.